Hey folks, it's Arcaden here. Welcome back to another episode of our Modulus Factory Builder playthrough. We are deep in the mid-game here, scaling up all of our different builds thanks to our upgrades that we just recently, a few episodes, made to all of our operators and belts. So we last finished with getting much increased production of yellow cores. Spotted a few mistakes when looking over for this episode, so I'm just going to quickly fix that. One is making sure that we get our actual yellow data shard production up and running by hooking it up. So we'll do that. Right, tree's in the way, but I think... Look, I made a tunnel for you, tree, and you lived, so, you know, feel good, I hope. And then, why don't we change this up so that we could connect those two. Don't know that that's necessary. Good. Okay, don't know that's necessary. And so then the question becomes whether I want to try to finagle this situation. So this is our superior processing plant. We are producing, excuse me. Hold on, let me mute. We're producing 120. So that's 30. We double it, we'll make some much quicker progress. And there's room. A little tight. Alright, we got module 1, 2, 3. They're all coming in from this direction, so... You know what? Let's give it a shot. And if not, we'll use that generous undo button. Cut off the blue pigment there. Let's make sure we don't forget about that. Alright, so module 1, so that's module 1. I'm sure, I guess, I suppose I had those separated for some reason that I can't remember. So just get rid of these belts for now. Knowing that we got a... What was this going to? Okay, it was for the yellow cube build. So again, let's just carefully give us some space. Let's stop that for a second. We can move this if we need to. It might just make our lives easier. Where would I put it? Okay. It's 3. It's 4, but this is in the way. Let's see, where is all of this coming? Wait, did we upgrade? This is 60, 120, so this would be a perfectly balanced build. Okay, let's copy this. Yep, place it. That's okay. We'll get rid of you. This will... Somehow, what is this doing? We're loading oil. UV back 1. Okay, and now this we could delete. We can just move you. We'll have to fix this setup a little bit, but do that. And then you, oops, let's actually lift it. We'll rotate and boom. And then we'll have a splitter here. One will go there, one will go there. Make it the right splitter. What am I doing? There we go. Okay. Should be good now. Don't need this over here. Excellent. All right. Now we have space. We can delete this. And I think... How do we want to do this? Let's move this down a little bit, but not take up all the space, so we have some room to play. So cores are going to go... Let's do cores down here, because we can. And then we have a module that needs to go... Like... Let's get rid of this. Go. One that goes like this. And then so we don't have the space here on this side to have these belts shoot off. We can route it around though. So let's do, let's go with this one first. Not worry about that just yet. Okay. Yeah. This will help. Some space there. Right, so that's that side, so make sure we're going in on the same inputs, which are. Okay, and then we could just take this module and just route it around like that, and that'll do. And then same thing, but on this side, make some room for other stuff to go through. Yes, I just put it out to the wrong one. But since we're coming in from two different directions, that's easy to fix. Right, so then you don't need to go. So it's the west side, the west side, the west side, the west side. And then you, my friend, east side. But you get along, you know? You get along, and I think that's shows that you put in the work. Okay, that should be good. Now let's connect everything that we detached. Get these back to working. Move this this back. So, to a bit more room. This way. Okay, and then those we gotta reconnect here. Finally, for our final part of this performance, we just get everything moving. Nice. It all worked well. It wasn't too much work. Give it a second and then look at it, make sure it is correct. And then, so I should stop and do the math, but I mean, we should now be able to do this. I don't know why it automatically, the data shard building, when you put it down, it seems to automatically do gray data shards right away, which can be annoying when doing stuff like this. But you know, we learn to live with these things, and that's what makes us strong, right? That's what makes us strong. Living with video game problem. Okay, is this moving? Not seeing a lot of cores coming in. But maybe it just needs to ramp. Okay, yeah. That's definitely looking low. So let's see what's going on there. I hate turning on efficiency mode sometimes. Like I don't, you know, it's like you prep for the shame. Well, 60, 120, that should be 240. Clearly not. Where is... This is backed up. This is red because it's backed up. Looks like this is being slowed down. Why? We have this coming in at 60, this coming in at 60, and that coming in at 60. Ah, I see the problem here. The monotoner is only at 60. This needs to be two of these. So we could just switch this like this for now. We could check the upgrades, but let's see if we're ready to upgrade the monotoner, but that is just what that fits into. Great. Easy. That's an easy one. Oh no. Go away. And then... Needs you too. Alright. That should get that moving appropriately. Everything else looks good. Was this on auto upgrade? Cursor's always something else. Yes. Great. And so we'll be producing, 240. So that should, when we come back, we could look and make sure that belt is saturated. Let's also just put a counter down. Do it here. And then the one thing I don't love about having these on the input is I rely a lot on the visuals of the belts to give me a sense. It's interesting. So there's this factory game, is it called Desynced, I think, where it's all logistic bots. I played a bit of it, not enough to really give an opinion on it, but what I could tell you is it was more difficult having a sense of what was going on in the factory because It made me realize how important the visual of items on the belt is to the functioning of these games, and how much it helps you quickly read a situation. It was cool. Should maybe go back and check that. Has anybody played that? There's a lot of, like, it's a big, you could program it. This was another mistake. In that game, there's a lot of, I think, like, circuitry programming, where you program bot behavior. But I haven't heard much about it since it came out. And I need, I might play, somebody was talking about Pillars of Eternity 2, and one of my good friends plays it a lot. I've been poking around in that. I could use some ARPG, non-belt math stuff to play. That, where there's the new Doom DLCs coming out, and that game was a ton of fun. We shall see. Alright. So we're looking good. We have, I think this should write itself, and it is. Which means this will be up to 240 hopefully soon. 30. No, you're going in the wrong direction. You're going in the wrong direction, counter. Give it time. I just fixed it. All right. The beast. Okay. So, how are we looking here now? Looking beautiful. Ish. No, we're looking great. Screen where it matters. I don't know what that is, but that's okay. There's a lot of not green here. Missing that? Is that what it was? Yeah. That's all. Little sloppy mistakes. Part of my charm. I hope. Okay, so let's take a second to... Let me take a second to just summarize where we are so we can make a good decision for next. We are waiting for this to happen. That should hopefully, you know, not be too long. We could double our mech production right now, actually. We'll take a look at that and see if that's easy. And then I guess the other thing we would do would be either start looking at these challenge shapes and start making them, or we could start doing Hyperdroid modules. Let's see what those look like again. And let's look at our mech production area and see what we want to do. Yeah, so this can... Well, this is paused now, so I gotta restart this since we're core crazy. Where is yellow pigment? Hyperbots. Alright. So the hyperbots, just like every other bot, except they need both basic cores and the blue core. Alright, so we need advanced machines for this one at least. And these look pretty simple and straightforward. Which is nice. So we could do that, or let's take a look at this situation here. First, let's get that core stuff hopping. I wonder if I just send one of these. Well, upgrade to 60. So upgraded, that's 240, and upgraded, this is 240. So you know what? For the time being, let's just send... so we'll call this yellow core loading. Have a freighter. Yellow cores. We're gonna add the stop to nope. Yellow paint drop off. Oh yeah, okay. That means yellow core loading, and then we want to what was the name? Let's just say yes. What was the name of this? Yellow core drop off mech. Why did I not see that? Yellow core delivery. Oh, we already have one set up for this. So let's just do yellow core loading. Not gonna lie. So loading here, there. Should be fine. Great. Okay, so that's fixed. So this will start moving again. And do we want to add 2? Can we add 2? Yeah, I mean, yes, there's space. We could definitely add 2 if we wanted to. We could sneak these back a little and maybe put them here. Or we just wait till when the... And then the final thing is that we could do... Well, maximize experience, right? That's always the best way to do this. So that means we're fine on science production. So that means droids and bots, making that go fast and fast. So let's see what we could do with this. This looks like we could pretty easily move it back down here. What did I do here? This looks crazy. Seriously, what is this? Where's the entry? What is it? What am I smoking? Okay, so this is coming in this way. And then routing around. And then I'm assuming it's doing a similar... Okay. Alright. Kind of fun. Wait, didn't grab it all. Let's grab this and move it as well. See if we could figure out how to fit in 2 more of those small mech buildings. Get rid of that for now. We could probably do that. They don't have to be close to each other. They can be, like, emotionally they can be. You know, physically. Sometimes it's important to take space. Or mech buildings. You know? What did I just delete? This thing. Saying stupid stuff and not paying attention. So then that means this would have to... come around maybe and do that. This is coming this way, and it's in that one, it's in there. And then, I don't know, why don't we put it here? Buy trees. Okay, that one only needs 2, and that's, is that this? So that, One. Yes. One of these will go so. And the other can go here. And then there's one more. We got one more module. This one. We broke. And then that. Oh, it's a little awkward, but let's put this there and. Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. That's what we're. Alright, I see problems. We will fix them. They're just copy and paste problems. Not a big deal. Okay. We could get rid of this. Got that. Got it. Let's do that. And then I suppose we could just use 2. Matter, even though they can take 4. Right? Just like that. Alright, so that's a quick doubling of mech production. Here, if it works out right. Which it seems to be. You're missing that guy. He's coming. Excuse me. All right, great. So we have increased our yellow data shard production. We have increased our mech production with the small building.
Delivery target completed.
And we have hit, oh my, look at that. What a milestone. Rank 20 with Android level 10. Atlas being all positive, far exceeding our expectation. If that's the case, then you're terrible at goal setting, right? I mean, these are your goals that I'm meeting. Okay, so let's get to work stockpiling. So again, in the end game, you're going to have to make more droids, and for androids, you have to do 20,000, just like you have with the regular bots here. So we're going to need that many storage bins. Now, I don't think it really matters to do this close to where the island is going to eventually be, because once you're going to have to snake a big belt across everything. You could freighter it too. But once all the materials reach the destination, the throughput's going to be perfect, right? Because the belt's fully saturated, so it doesn't change. So it's a little delay, but I find it's worth it to put them just out of the way. It's a weird way to have done this. Oh, because it was 4 separate belts, that's why. This is just one belt, so that. Let's have a little bit of a seizure moment, yeah, okay. Like a jackpot. Okay, so once these are filled, we could then delete this whole thing, and this is probably where we will want to build our hyperdroid. Right, so we could take that away, and we could take this away, and make this probably hyperdroid. We'll just do the same setup, right? Hyperdroid modules there, hyperdroid built here. That'll be good. This is fine, we don't need it yet. Might want it somewhere, but not there. Sorry, let's look at delivery. Should be moving, right? Our map. That was an accidental mouse undo. Something's off. We didn't do something. We did not connect you. That's what we did. Not too big a deal. More copy and paste shenanigans. Potentially even chicanery. Excellent. So one other thing we could do, since we're in the theme of just scaling our production, is I don't believe we've scaled up our blue paint production. That's yellow pigment, which might... Let's look at what we got here. Each of these is taking in 120. That's not... There it is. And these are all producing 240. And did we increase the dye efficiency of this? I don't. 16 minutes. Fully upgraded. Okay, so this actually, if this was all moving at 100% throughput, then we'd only need one of these. So we're producing more yellow paint than we need. For now, we will definitely need more, so why don't we just expand this quickly as well, and then we'll do the same with the blue paint. And we'll be set up pretty good for the next phase of production then. Okay, that's one module. And then 2 modules are coming out of this build. So good. Ain't that nice? And you also need... So this, we're gonna... just clean this up, so... Try to minimize oops things. Okay, that's our yellow pigment coming in. We'll do you on... Oh, you're right here, so let's make you the west side. And then our last module. And just go here. No. Take care of that. Okay. Need one on the end. Alright, so much better. Double that. Again, I'm not going to touch this because theoretically, I think, right, this is 120 and that is 50, 100. Yep, this is perfectly matched to this new thing that we just did. We're just not using that much yellow paint, so that's good for now. This is luminol production, also not... Do we need to scale this up? We probably don't. We'll see if yellow paint becomes a problem. I don't feel like checking that. We will wait for it to tell us that we need to do something there. Tweaks need to happen there. Alright, blue paint, blue paint, blue paint. Where is blue paint? Here. Did we do this? I can't remember if we upgraded, folks. I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry about that. It doesn't look like it. So this should be 2. To max this out building, we'd want 2, 2, and then 4 and 4, and we have 1, 1. So, I mean, the quick way to double this is just fix the crane situation. And we don't even have to touch the build. But again, we can make this 8. Which we're going to do. Want to do it. We will want that probably soon. I'm gonna redo this whole thing. These shouldn't be too expensive to upgrade. I'm just gonna redo this build. Fully. So 8, right? Right? Yes, yes. So, excuse me again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, and then we have a 2 and 2. Do we want to do something like this, or do we want to have it on? I think we want it on different sides. I like that. Let's add those 2 cranes here. Make sure we got this right. 2, 2, 4, and then 4 for the hex crystal. I mean, do I want to try getting funky? No, I don't. I'm a creature of habit. Let me pin these modules so great. Can you tell I have ADHD? I don't know if that's been noticeable in the 15 hours of this series so far, but yeah, I do. The doctor once said to me, like, when you are talking to somebody, do you have trouble not looking around at every other thing? I'm like, isn't that normal? He's like, no. All right, and all of these. So, okay, so this needs the floor. We have room to move this a little bit. We do. A good amount, actually. In fact, I bet, yeah, we have plenty of room on this island. Let's just give ourselves room so we're avoiding spaghetti as much as reasonably possible. Though I do love spaghetti. In all of its forms. Okay, so this now is 240. So we're going to send this... We're going to do that on the south side. That is those buildings. And then this one, you're going to go in the opposite direction, but still on the south. The other thing that needs 4 is the hex crystal. Right now, I bet we'll want to send this that way. What's happening here? This is where it's coming from. 240. Yes, we do need 2 as well. Stop deleting that. You don't need to. I don't know what it is even. It's like, get rid of it. Alright, I think I am going to do this one a little different. I think I'm going to do this like that. And then like that. I think this will make this a little more elegant in terms of how it comes together. And then we can just do such a thing. To make that a little cleaner, so it's matches and we have visibility. So. Looking potentially low on production. Not going to worry about it yet. So we've been able to upgrade all of this stuff pretty easily. Without the biggest one was the blue cores, which required a bit of surgery. All right. So then, what is this going to be total? Hold on, let's cancel this upgrade. It is 15. They're 30 each. It looks like, when fully upgraded. So this would be 240. Let's take a look at how what our dye speed and mixing speed all is for paint. We are at 1300, 1400, nice. Alright, so efficiency just increases, the amount of paint per craft. Our painter speed is as fast as it can be. And then this would be... Well, we don't have this problem yet, right? And so let's just keep pushing through on yellow data shards to get mech assembly large so we could get that going, and then we could worry. At that point, we'll probably need to upgrade this, but we are ready for the moment when it happens. Where was that coming in? This way? You could change the build around, but so just this instead. Yeah, so we could double this. I don't really have the space. Well, we can move the freighter, I suppose. How is the freighter? No, we're fine. We're totally fine. Okay, great. That's that. Let's do a quick check. I'm trying to get better at checking my builds a few minutes after I finish them to catch those mistakes a little bit earlier. So what's happening here? See? We got a problem. What did I not hook up? This is nothing. That's... Yeah, I guess Yep, copy-paste mistake. Hopefully the last one. That should be all on that belt now, right? Because that's going to loop around this way, that way. All right. Let's go back to our yellow paint setup. Ah, the shame. Look at this. Look at this. Ah. But yes, we're clearly not using yellow pigment a lot because that... I mean, it took down our little buffer here a little bit, but not much. And... might need more time, but let's look at blue. Seems to be good. Not that one. Is it just blocked? No, it's that module, which is this one. So again, it's 240. 6120, 240. It's the right amount. Let's check the efficiency. 1, 2, 3. What's happening here? Mining issue. And then that's it. Okay. All right, we have we're close to the end here. Let's do a little strategy around we got 4 islands that we can unlock now. So let's talk about what the next stage is going to look like. Because mechs are coming in again. We are stockpiling. Hopefully that won't take too long. And so we know we're going to build the hyperdroid assembly where this is. So we have the space for that. We're just waiting for all of this to get done. Which, you know, we're a quarter of the way through almost. So unless we want to start that sooner than later. We might not need to buy the islands right now, unless we want to do those challenge shapes. Because we're also delivering mechs, so this is going to have to get expanded into the large facility, which hopefully we'll be able to fit on this island. I'm not sure. If not, we got plenty of space here to play around with. So what is open? This obnoxious island. These 2 beautiful big ones, which are very much for the end game. And that's kind of what I want to unlock. I mean, we're not really struggling for resources, so we don't need these little islands, which do become important, but right now we're not. I just hesitate to unlock this because, again, it's just really a tough one to build on. So with these four, I might just connect this loop here. And that'll give us a ton of space. And we have plenty of resources. We'll have yellow. We have unused blue hex. So if we need more blue hex, we don't need this. There's not a lot of resources on these islands, but yeah, I think we're going to do that. And in fact, let's do it now, and we'll set up for a challenge shape, and then we'll call it a day. Alrighty. That's exciting. So let's set up our final challenge island over here because we have these resources. We'll find some paint. So let's get to mining. I don't know what direction these should be going, but we're gonna assume it'll all work out. Great. Loop you around. Like so. Alright, everything hooked up. Everything's hooked up. Great. So for the challenge shapes, we're going to need both blue and yellow paint, so we'll just do our smaller cube. Should I keep the tree? Ah, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. But we have the power to undo in some way. Trees. You know what? It's a memorial to the other trees. Let's put a little memorial sign. Here we go. There we go. In memory of the trees that were on this island previously. We'll see how long they last. So we just need our little half build. So first, let's get our paint coming. We'll call this one Challenge Island blue paints. And Challenge Island yellow paint. Take a look at, let's take a look at our freighters. This yellow core thing, is this actually doing anything? Yep. Okay. Yellow paint delivery 1. This is, I guess, a temporary yellow paint delivery. Where is this temporary 2? This was going to Challenge Island. And the previous one, we don't need it, so let's get rid of Bobby. So I think I'm just gonna add Greater Mags is our blue paint delivery. Yeah, so let's just adjust mags, and we're gonna go. I guess everything's a temporary drop-off. Challenge Island blue paint. These are doing fine, so let's actually... Sorry, let's send one of these docks each. See how that works out. Okay. Definitely want to keep that going. Yellow paint delivery. This is a lot of deliveries. But again, we're not seeing strain, so I'm just gonna and the challenge shapes don't need that much consistency really, so let's just do this. This is my lazy way of doing this, where you could just set it up like that, and then if there are problems, there are other ways to address it. I find if like I get too micro with the docks, it just gets confusing, and remembering how everything is going, it's a problem. So it's not worth it. Sloppy. Okay. That paint should be coming, so let's quickly do our little painting build. And then we'll check in on where everything is. This is the big one. We actually just that, so that. Do it in a minute. Painter. Alright, so this is that type of shape. So alright. The final challenge island is set up, and look at all that beautiful space to do, and then we could just route it here, or we could freighter it if we need to, but that should be fine. I'll just... There it is. That's how we'll do that. Great. All right. Let's see where we are with stockpiling. And then I think that's going to be it for this episode, folks. We are in good shape. We've been scaling up. Things are starting to move quicker. We're getting out of that little mid-game hump. You know, we're about a third of the way through our stockpiling, which means once this is done, which will probably be by the end of next episode, we can get this going to the next mech. And we only have 2 more mechs left, so we need to build these 2, obviously. And then this one, we're just going to have to upgrade to get happen. So we're getting there, and that'll get us close to, once that's done, we'll be in the end game and we'll do the challenge. And with our stockpiling, we'll be able to move pretty quickly. So yeah, I think we're past the halfway mark on this and getting there. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any comments, any questions about your factories. Appreciate y'all, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. I already said that. You get it twice.